To begin our process of marbleizing paper, marbleizing meaning just to make the paper itself look like marble, the stone, what we're going to do is take our squeegee, which looks like this, and very surface level, we are just going to put minimal pressure on it and drag it top to bottom, side to side, etc. Okay? Now, if you put too much pressure on your squeegee, what is going to happen is you're actually not going to create a flat shaving cream base to start. Okay, it's going to sink all the way to the bottom and just create something that's uneven. Okay, so what we're looking for here is a nice semi-flat, even surface. Okay, so ordinarily you would probably rotate your pan. I can't do that on camera, so I am, again, just pressing really lightly, trying to give myself as big of a nice flat surface as I can. Okay. Now, once we have our nice flat surface, what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to create a whole bunch of different colors that are analogous and kind of swirl them together to create that marble pattern. Okay. So analogous colors are side by side on the color wheel. One color goes into the creation of the other. So I'm going to have a color wheel up for reference. Your colors in your paint palette over here should be sort of near one another if they're analogous, so you can use that for reference as well. Okay. If you skip around too much on the color wheel, what's going to happen is you're going to create sort of a muddy neutral color. Okay. So at this point, I would say I'm almost good enough to start. I just want to get this last little bit off this corner, flatten it, and then what I have is a semi-even flat surface. Okay, that really takes up most of the pan. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking to do. There we go. And I think this will be a little bit easier for you because you can turn your tray towards yourself, okay? This is not perfect and this will work. So it takes up the entire, pretty much the entire space, and it's semi-flat, okay? Now at this point in time, I have a series of brushes and I have a water cup here that's in front of me. And what I'm going to do is begin using colors that are side by side, okay? So maybe I'll start with yellow, okay? And I'm gonna paint a design on the surface. All right, you can do this however you would like, but the key is surface and the key is somewhat analogous. Okay, let's say I'm done with the yellow for now. I'm gonna rinse it in my water cup, blot it on my paper towel, and I'm gonna pick up another color. Okay, so at this point I'm going to, you know what, maybe I'll go to some of the, looks like I have a red here. Again, very surface level. Please choose your own colors. You want to go take your color all the way to the edge of your shaving cream. All right, I think I'm going to add some magenta in here. Okay, so magenta is also analogous. So this is what I have so far. You can leave a little bit more white space in there if you would like. I kind of like my color to be saturated. You can see I accidentally spilt some color in here. I could dab that off with a paper towel. I'll do that later. Okay, now at this point in time, I am ready to swirl, okay? So I'm going to take the back of my paintbrush just like this, and I'm gonna stick my paintbrush all the way down to the base, okay? So all the way down to the plastic, and I can really swirl this however I would like, okay? And the shaving cream definitely holds the color in that swirl pattern. If you go around a million times, it's just gonna mix the colors together. So I always like to have it kind of have fun with it. All right, that's looking good. Okay, at this point in time, I have a piece of paper that is here. That is my printing paper. And please make sure your name is on the back. So I'm gonna take a moment and write my name on that. And I am going to put it in my tray. And what I'm going to do is press it just to the surface. Okay, so I'm kind of gonna rub the back of it. I'm gonna make sure I get all the way around the edges. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on here, okay? Because if I put pressure on here, the shaving cream is gonna squirt out like this, and then you're gonna tell me you need more, and I'm not giving you more, okay? So I have something that looks like this, and at this point in time, I am gonna peel this up. Okay. Peel it up. I'm gonna move the tray out if I can. All right. And right now, this is not a completed print. Okay, so this is a print. It is almost there. Last part of the process is taking your squeegee and squeegeeing off the shaving cream to reveal the design beneath. Okay, all this extra can go in your bin, sorry, on your tray. Okay, and so this is my marbleized paper that is now ready to dry itself on the drying rack. Okay, so this turned out really cool. Now, as you continue to go throughout this process, you'll notice you have something like this. Okay, so this right now is a whole bunch of shaving cream that has color in it. Because we started with analogous colors, when I smear this together to flatten it again, it's creating a really nice color. Okay, so it's kind of creating this, I don't know, it's kind of a light orangish, pinkish color, almost like a color you would see in a sunset. And what I'm doing is, again, very surface level, spreading this around. Okay, it does not have to be perfect. It just has to be flat and take up most of your tray. Right? And now at this point in time, what I can do is I can add more color. So now I have this color as a background, all right? So this is my new background color. And this is where life becomes interesting, because as an artist, I can continue going down the analogous color path here. Okay, so maybe I could do pinks and purples on this. That could be kind of cool. If I choose colors across the color wheel from this, this color, which is kind of an orangish color, just expect that when I flip the color over, it'll create a gray neutral. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Sometimes colors that are brighter pop on a neutral surface, okay? So this is now ready for a brand new design of my own choosing. So you're gonna crank out a couple of these before we call it a day.